I'm going to explain some things real quick. Oh, this will be great. In case anyone was wondering, let me fill you in. The reason why I done the little thing I just did a while ago was number one, I wanted to see, the reason being is I wanted to see, the reason I done what I done a while ago was I wanted to see if anybody would end up not only talking about it and getting a reaction, but also would they go so far as to pay the price I set up for only one level to obtain and get whatever it was I was talking about. If they did, which I'm going to have to recheck because someone may eventually had, uh, that was going to prove my point further. I haven't been on since Friday, where I was on Harlight. I'll repeat some of the same things I just said in that little short live I did. All right. Last time I was on was at Harlow's Live. And of course, as soon as I got in there were already some of them in there, but there was more that flooded in as soon as, well, not as, I'd say about 2 to 3 minutes after I arrived. Because, see, here's what's crazy, right? So somebody says that me randomly getting on my phone and pulling up the YouTube platform, and look, I use this to watch movies like Tombstone or the escape room movies. Most recently, Now You See Me 1 and 2, good movies that I like, and different stuff. I have Paramount and HBO subscribed as well. So I've used this app for years. I mean, probably since 2018 or long or before then, regularly to watch all types of stuff, whether from YouTube content creators, videos that are interesting they make, like the Infographics channel, or Penguin Zero, or Asnan Gold. Another one would be Colon Noir. Uh, who else? Joe Rogan. I mean, you could just go on and on. Besides the mainstream movies and shows you can also get from certain things. So I use this app pretty much daily. However, the social aspect, the going to the channel and checking your notifications or deciding to, well, let's go through the subscriptions list. And some of you will notice I've posted recently things that I've looked at of other people. And if you notice, I'm not subscribed to them in the screenshot. And that's not just for the screenshot. I'm not subscribed to them, period. Yet, I know the name of their channel, though, and stuff. I've been subscribed to them before. See, certain people I used to have blocked, and I didn't want to see what they had to say. They did bother me. Like, I've been pretty open with this. And I've acknowledged how Bambi and Harlow, at the time they were being, you know, mutually cool with one another and myself, they helped me a lot. I mean, and the way that they were able to do it where others didn't is they wouldn't just tell me every now and again or the same thing over and over. They would tell me things and they would do it, not bombard me with it. And then what I would end up doing is I would reflect on that. And the way that they acted that was different caused me to reflect more to realize for myself by going and doing something small and seeing real quickly through that experience, holy shit, why the fuck did I not connect this before? and then attempted to do one little step at a time. The first step was to stop responding in chats. Not only and the next step was to unblock certain people. I was in a chat, one of the last chat rooms I was in. It was AD. It was at AD's the last time I was over at AD's. It was nonstop, like unblock this person, unblock that. They're right there in chat. I can see them. I got the screenshots to back it up. Now I didn't post the screenshots because this right here. If you've noticed, not every post I make usually is about YouTube crap. Some posts I make are about subjects of interest, political, etc. Why? One, I focus on a lot of that stuff. Two, well, I'm obviously not just focused on YouTube crap, petty YouTube bullshit. Or it'll be a post about making a joke or comment on Charlie D's, Bambino, most recently. Not been a lot of comments or posts about Filthy. You got some tonight about DV Boy, because randomly when I sat down earlier and got on this evening, I said, I wonder how much dancing has been going on since Friday when he said I was going to go live, and he went live actually because I wasn't going live, and he was hoping that his live would trigger me to go live. And he didn't get that. He didn't succeed at that. But yet, he always succeeds. So, what do you call that milk you produced on Friday, huh? Is that a win too? Is that a reaction? This dude, he doesn't even care. These people don't even care about the difference between reaction and response. And if reaction has been and it has, reaction has been the number one only thing that I've heard that's one of the locale check marks, the locale move. Okay. Well, I just posted the difference between reaction and responses, excuse me. One is very quickly done after something that's, related, that triggered it, or it is directly related to it, right? So let's say somebody posts something about, I don't know, your family member. Right afterwards, like within the next hour or 30 minutes or 5 minutes right after that said, post, you respond with a very emotional, reactionary statement, comment, or video, etc. It's very quickly, it's mainly emotionally based, and it's not always logical and rational. It could have one of those components maybe built into it sometimes, but I mean, the little chart I put up on my community wall, you can go check it out. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. We're talking about a post that was made 2 days ago, YouTube says, and YouTube estimates by every 24 hours. But depending on what time the post was made in the day, which I'm going to assume it was later in the evening of the day, and today it was later in the evening or the early evening when I started to look at stuff and saw it. So that's about 2 days, and we'll estimate about, give or take, 10 to 12 hours ago. Now, does that sound instantaneous or very quickly after the fact? I'll give you the first 24 hours, okay? We'll say the first, I think that's a stretch, but hey, we'll say if it's done the first 24 hours, you could probably judge it as a reaction. But 48 hours plus another 10 to 12. Oh, and 2.5, 3 paragraphs, right? But it's just word salad. All right, well, let's read this so-called word salad, because this person has been saying everything's word salad. I mean, even things that aren't even a full paragraph. Oh, it's word salad. That's a mark of sub-intelligence if you're just going to say word salad to everything. Word salad means that when you read it, it would absolutely have no direction or follow through. Like, it would just be ramble. Word salad is a term that refers to a jumbled and incoherent mixture of words and phrases that lack comprehensive meaning, often occurring in individuals with certain conditions such as schizophrenia or in severe cases of dementia. While rooted in psychiatric terminology to describe nonsensical speech, the term has also been applied to political or public speaking to similarly describe confusing rhetoric. The fundamental characteristic is speech that is impossible for a listener to understand or follow. Random or seemingly random words put together randomly like ingredients in a salad. Lack of cohesion. The individual components may be real words, they don't form a coherent or whole message. Alright, now that's the definition. Give me a second and I will check the comments and say hello to people that's in here. Because I'm not going to be on here very long. This is a quick, to the point response. Simply because, and I will give, well, maybe I shouldn't so quickly. Because you never know if somebody's going to eventually do that. So we will hold off on that. Plus, I don't want to give them the direction I want them to go. All right. Let me read 1 second. A reaction also is driven by emotional primitive part of the brain. Control, unconscious and impulsive, often a fight, flight, or freeze mechanism. Can be negative or regretted later because it lacks consideration of the long-term consequences. Why a level-headed comment as a response? Your level-headed emotional comment fits the definition of response because it's thoughtful, intentional choice rather than immediate and an unthinking reflex. Now, this is for the people that use their brains, because I know at the end of the day, several, if not almost all, the individuals plagued in this crowd and with this like delusional groupthink, they're going to reject and, come up with something they can say regardless. All right, here we go. Oh, see, now, my members only live that I just explained was just a troll to see if somebody from their side would do like they did at first when I got the members only thing. Because, see, I just recently canceled all my previous levels and made just one level only because I said I was going to be basically reducing the membership to the point of almost turning it off. But instead of deleting them all, I decided to make one level because I do that days ago. I just never got around to doing it. And so since I never got around to doing it, I decided tonight, after these stupid comments in reaction to my response, that was the dancing and milk, that was calling my response the dancing and milk, I wanted to see, well, let's see. I wonder, is somebody going to waste $9.99 to come to this live and basically prove my point that, you're so obsessed and stuck and have to know what I'm saying and doing that you're going to come in here, one of you, and purchase it, record it, download it, and put it out. And I figured it was going to happen while live. Hence why I didn't stay on there very long. Hey, Supreme, how you doing? Hey, bro, I really appreciate you coming through, man. Hey, Chris Rock, what's going on? Hey, Chris, let me tell you something, bro. Regardless of everything else, I don't have anything against you. All right. I was still in a mindset that I needed a group, and friends on here. I finally have realized I don't after the experience here recently with Bambi and Company. So that's about three groupings. Well, no, we'll have to four actually because we got to count Jules as well. It's about three group experiences, or no, excuse me, four. Oh, at least it wasn't several. Um, to get to that conclusion finally. But yeah, and, and just long story short, I don't know if you're still good with Harlow, what have you. She's been over here, and so I went to her live Friday to show, and to illustrate, well, I obviously meant what I said to her. Uh, wasn't coming over there because I expected us to be best buds or nothing. And she was speaking on different things, so I tried to go up for a second, and she wanted to play whatever with Ice, and just not Ice because he wasn't really involved. He was just up there, but wanted to play this act in front of everybody. So I won't go back over there, and I wish her the best, but you know, I'm not gonna. She acts like she didn't throw the first, just like just about everybody else. She acts like that she didn't provoke or fire the first anything. You know, I'm such a bad person though for the comment I made. Yeah, I know. That means I'm unredeemable, even though I, you know, took it back and took it down. But and hey, if you, I'm not saying she has to forgive me. Hell, that'd be I can't. I wouldn't expect or like if anyone expected me to automatically do something either. So it's not that. People think all the time when you explain or go through stuff, if you're that type of person, that it means automatically you're trying to justify and give excuses. That's not true. If that was the case, then I would never apologize and say I was wrong. I would just say, well, blah, 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 so therefore I'm good. Automatic. No. But I do say what I do to give what's the word? To give the environment, or the climate, all right? That's a good word. The mental, social, what have you, climate. The thought, the thought patterns, mental, just the state of things in general when that happened. Now, some of those stuff I'm illustrating because obviously I'm saying, it played a part in, but it doesn't excuse it. It doesn't justify it. I'm just explaining, you know, what happened. I'm just explaining like what went through my head, what I think went through their head, what's going on environmentally speaking, what have you. But that's how people are. I mean, so let's get back to the subject. Watch out, buddy. Hey, buddy. How you doing? I got you. Yeah, we're dancing, guys. We're supposedly dancing right now, even though we are literally. I'm calm and chill as a fucking cucumber, but All right. So y'all tell me if you can't understand this, okay? Yep, you got to learn the lesson, Chris. Otherwise, you'll attract the same situation again. That's one of the spiritual laws I got the privilege of learning. It's called the law of cause and effect. Or no, not cause and effect. That's the other one. It's let me get it. Let me get this binder out and read it word for word. I don't want to misquote it. Let's see. Hope everybody's doing great tonight, by the way. Okay, it's the law of the reason for being. Discover that all things in the universe have a reason for being there. All things that come into your sphere of existence have a reason for being there. Within that reason, there is a lesson and a blessing. You only receive the blessing when you learn and apply the lesson. You will learn what pathway, get up here, Brownie, what pathway you must follow to obtain your highest goal. You will also learn what triggers your righteous and unrighteous behaviors and how to master this energy. Which, I mean, but it takes almost, sometimes for some people, especially if they don't have this knowledge or awareness, they'll go through a whole lifetime and never master certain things. So that right there suggests all human beings, based upon our vibratory energy and certain conditions and behaviors and physical and situational, spiritual, mental things, can set off and trigger what behavior we're going to act out. They don't understand that. Like, for instance, for a person with a certain energy, if you ask them to directly do something, they will always come up with every reason in the book why they can't do it and put it off. But if you mention in a nonchalant way, for instance, like this, oh, I thought I was going to get around to doing such and such. Well, I'll clean it later. And say it in the presence of the person that you'd like to do it for you. While you're gone, that person will go down there, clean the bathroom or what have you, whatever chore it was, clean it up so nice and good because they love the person that said that, or they care about them, or they're related, they're close to them. And then when that person returns home, that other person will stick around to watch and see the reaction from that other person when they go to discover that the chore was done, because they love them and they want to see them happy. Now that is some true shit right there. I know, because I tested it. And I know because I have the energy that the person that the doctor, what's his name, was talking about when he was speaking about how to, one way to influence those type of people. See that, you know. But that's just an example. All right. It really is. Finally got everything paid up enough where I could help accomplishment. Oh, nice that you got a PS5, Z. I appreciate it. Hey, Squarebow, Silverado, Rebel Hellblazer, how you doing, bro? Yeah, they're on a low vibrational energy. Going live right now, like I am, considering that I was told a long time ago I always will have to go live. And I can't keep from going live. And I watch their stuff every day, and I can't keep from reacting every day. To staying off for like 2.5 weeks back when I did that last Israel Keys live. You know, but none of that is change or progress, right? Me not acknowledging that I was in a negative state and was doing certain things that they can count technically as a win. That's not me being aware or honest, right? That's me being No. I think it's the other way around. I think those people are still being delusional because they can't accept the reality that they see unfolding before them. Simply put. Okay, see you, Chris. breakup. Yeah, well, I'm not worried about a breakup. I don't think Chris is either. The fact is that people don't want you to change. It's simply it. All right, now let's get to reading this. I got to stay on track. I've been getting off track. The things DV boy will say. I think you may ought to make friends with Bambi because, like her, you love role playing and pretending your fantasy is reality. You can't enforce nor keep any of this from happening. I currently work in the public and will continue to. I have money. I have family. I have shelter. I'm too old for toys, so I don't know how that was one of the items, but it's weird for you to think about. Anyways, yeah, all of this I have, including old toys from my younger years that I've kept because they came from loved ones. Let's see, most given away to my nephews and such. So yeah, I think it's pretty funny. You also keep acting as if the worky turd burst isn't dead, and that your influence and hold over me isn't dead. I won't lie, you, or should say, your used to be bigger and operational collective group did cause me challenges and issues, as well affecting my real life in ways from time to time. Funny how since 2023 that stopped. Right before the old police structure was changed, I mean completely. We had the sheriff office deputies under temporary contract to patrol and work our city while the police department was unmanned and closed, literally from a lack of force and chief. Then we got a new chief who I've known since I was younger, approximately about 15, 16. He's a fair man, pretty respected and knows the community and everyone who's loved in it for a long time, as well as some new officers, and none of the ones who were under the previous chief that did crap that wasn't proper with protocol and law. As well, some new officers, and none of the ones who under the previous chief. Oh, wait, I'm rereading something. That being said, with that being said, small wonder why the calls to 911 in the county stopped as well. As a matter of fact, the first social service false report call that it was investigated, we had a visitor come to interview my family, and I volunteered when they came that they could have the house. And I knew why they were there. It was because of folks online who laughed and said that they called to harass me and my granddad by using the government agency. I was outside for about a full 15 minutes probably before the agent left. So you guys have ran through all of those couple of initial times to get away with that kind of crap. Now that it's fully documented in their files, the county and DHS, Social Service Branch, the other funny thing is the whole time you guys were saying that I need to get a job when I wasn't actively working in the public at the time because of my car issue and out of work. Now that I am working, even still without a car, but I will soon have it one. The irony is everything is flipped. You talk both sides out your mouth. You know, it's revealed and shown. The Now that everything is revealed and shown as a result of your past actions and stuff, that you guys have the obsession with me, and I make you dance because you and live rent free in your head. So I'm actually bothering you. And really, a lot of it is I'm not even contributing or actively doing it. It's like just karma. That's what's funny. It's karma, just like I always said it would happen. I just had no idea it would play out this way. Then again, maybe you won't. Maybe I'll just keep it secret about my car and not announce it. That way you can't call in anonymously and try to have me pulled over randomly and crap like that. Like the little hypocrites you are talking about ratting and snitching, but then actively doing things like snitching and ratting. But it's okay because it's in the name of trolling, right? Like it's somehow different. So yeah, you guys actually called the dispensary, I found out. And not just from the fact that Filthy said so, but I found out locally. So while I was trying to get a job up there, I guess I mentioned it to someone privately who leaked it to somebody. And y'all called up there and caused me to be discouraged upon when I applied for the job. So again, you're talking at both sides of your mouth. You can say, well, it's trolling. We won that one. It just makes you look stupid because when you're trying to convince other people who are regular folks and trolls also that you're trying to get them to think that I'm a bad person and don't want to work and just want to lay about, and they see an old clip or stream of you actually admitting that you prevented me from working in the past on an occasion, well, there goes any credibility. I mean, there's plenty of instances of shit like that where your credibility is just, it goes away when you do shit like that. As we both know, that's not the only instance. It's out there. People just have to do the research and see. There's always going to be people that accept or take what you say with no question and no looking or researching, and that's just the truth of it. And it should be said also that today is 3:36 p.m. Last time I was anywhere you were at was at Harlow's the other evening, and I believe I was there first. And the time before that, you people came in at AD's after I'd already went over there on my own. You weren't there first. So with that being said, this post was not made because anyone was triggered. I randomly came over here and decided to see, I wonder how much he's been dancing and posting since that last live. And of course, I found stuff from the past couple of days that I haven't been on. I mean, it never fails. And I'm not having to do anything. I don't have to go live. I don't post stuff every single day. I don't post especially stuff every day in relation to you or any of these folks. Occasionally, sure, if I want to. And yet somehow you guys will spin this like everything else into, oh, you win, or something like, you framed me to do it. You trained me to do it, I mean. And it's just hilarious because you want to talk about mental cope. I mean, well, here goes your mental cope right there. You've been posting the last couple of days back to back to back trying to get something. And then I finally decide to look around and see one thing out of the several things you posted and respond to it. And I'm dancing. But you're not. How the fuck do you, like, I mean, you have to be very good at lying to yourself to really believe that, if you do believe it yourself. Some misspelling and some stuff. But generally, you can't tell me that you can't comprehend and follow all of that. It wasn't the best. I guarantee it wasn't proofread. I know it wasn't. So, and look here, an hour ago, I control his every move. Now, if I was on it, triggered on it, I would have seen that comment a minute or two after it was made. But yeah, I didn't even respond to that comment or react to it. Oh my God. Did I ever show anything that Z actually done such? No, I didn't. How do you know I didn't just say that in anger? You don't, do you? Huh. When I want to prove something or really demonstrate it, I think I've shown in the past that I will put up or shut up. But, here again, trying to cause division with people that I've already realized finally and said openly, like, I don't have to worry about or have attachments to, like I've been in the mindset and tricked myself through the situations and stuff that unfolded on here like I need to be. Hell, me and Z aren't best buds. I mean, not that we couldn't be or something, but I'm just, we're not. I mean, and I don't have a, no offense to him, but I don't have a desire to be. To be honest, I mean, I may have it one time. Well, I need to rephrase that. I won't say may. I did at one time. So, You know what that is there? See, that's honesty right there. That's honesty. When you're honest with yourself, you learn a lot more. You're able to face stuff, face it without flinching, or at least eventually get to the point where you can. And that's how you overcome things. Just for any of you out there that maybe had never thought of things like that or seen things like that, I mean, that's. You're welcome. I didn't always know that. So I'm not making fun of you or anything because I was just as ignorant myself one time. Uh, must have either MC or somebody that keeps calling over and over, but it's all right. It's no skin off my back. Let's see, inappropriate message. What's that? Who are you talking to, Z? If you're talking to me, you know, I don't know what you're talking about. I done said that you didn't, do we really need to go over what happened that one? Like, it's no big deal. Like I said, we're not best buds or anything, so it's cool. I'm over it. If I recall correctly, we were at Iceman's and you were trying to like play neutral or both sides in my eyes when I asked you for your opinion on like a call it an objective opinion, not just because I expected you to take my side, but because I know objectively what I was pointing out was the case. And you've actually read and made the same point yourself before when we were just talking one on one. But when I brought it up in that chat, and there was a lot of people in there because they just got a mass message to come over there. Hold on one second. I apologize. And since you wanted to stay out of it, which I understand, but at the same time, I had my other viewpoint that I was pointing out, and it's not that it pissed me off. It was kind of annoying in the sense that it was like, oh, okay, so we're gonna be one way, but in public another way. Got it. You know, that was my thing on it. But like I said, I'm over it now. It is what it is.
The latest development in the case that commanded the
So they were bringing up what I said that day in chat, which, like I said, I never did show anything or nothing. So therefore, because there's nothing, I said that just to fucking, like I'm basically just admitting that I was bullshitting, and they're trying to bring it up, thinking that it's gonna like bother me or trying to divide us. But I mean, to be honest with you, dude, if you don't like me, it is what it is. I don't care. It's kind of be weird because you're over here, but then again, maybe you're just bored and you didn't want to be over here. So anyways, well, hey, that's what you want to say. I mean, you're the one that's kind of like using, I would say, kind of not grade school, but middle school, high school-ish names. I mean, you're the one that's doing that right now, not me, bud. So it would seem to me you're more upset about the whole thing than I am, but I mean, I'm just making a point. I mean, it is fact that you agreed with that and pointed out what I had brought up in that chat, and then you wanted to be like, oh, leave me out of it, you know. And it's not like I had 2-3 other people in there that had the same conversation with that I could ask them instead of you. If I did, I would have done that. You know, I would have not even asked you, especially if I knew that you didn't, you know, going to respond that way. But so it's cool. It's whatever. If you're upset about it, oh, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I'm not going to apologize really for it. I've just made everything clear about it and absolved you of doing what I said you did because you didn't. So, I mean, I don't know what you want more from me other than that, but that's all you're getting. Jake's is occupied. Will be for some time. Who knows what that message is, or that who knows what that's from. Jake's is occupied. It will be for some time. It's a good movie. Fuck the worky verse and all the. Well, I mean, the worky turd verse. I don't even call it the worky. I mean, the worky turd verse is dead. I mean, if I wasn't live right now, they wouldn't have nothing going on. But they control me, right? uh, gotta love that spin, that flip. Let's see. God dang, Andrea. She's so weird. Jake's is occupied. Will be for some time. True Grit, man. If you ain't figured it out by now, the movie is True Grit. The Jake's is occupied, and it will be for some time. Love that movie. What direction were you backing up? Well, usually when I go backwards, go backwards. That was a good ass response. Cocked and loaded? Well, if it ain't cocked and loaded and ain't ready to fire, I mean, you know, it's a really good movie. So was The Magnificent Seven. That's a recent one I watched too. In Vino Veritas, Age Collages Pace Requestas. Look, darling, it's Johnny Ringo. Evidently, that's Latin, darling. Johnny Ringo's an educated man. Now I really hate him. I wonder, man, it seems almost like from the historical account that Johnny Ringo killed himself, like committed suicide. But then again, if he did, then who the hell cut the little patch of hair off his head? And why did he have his shoes off? And why was... But see, he did have a gun in his hand. Then again, somebody may have gunfighted him, but it wasn't Doc Holliday like in the movie. That was just fiction, storytelling. You're a daisy if you do. I got you now, you son of a bitch. You're a daisy if you do. Is See, that movie was made when I was born. Shout out and rest in peace to Val Kilmer. Died this year, April the 1st, 2025. Real good actor. I don't know how in the fuck they did not give him even. I don't even know. I mean, I could see maybe he didn't win, but they didn't even give him a nomination for that role. That's what's criminal about that shit. Is he was so good. Like, it's one of the best performances ever. And that's not just my opinion. Old Henry, check it out. Will do. Thanks for the recommendation. I do know from the name of that, I have not checked that out, whatever it is. I'm imagining it has to be a Western type movie. You did suggest the Buster Scruggs movie. That's not really Buster Scruggs, but you know that story, those stories that include Buster Scruggs. That was you that suggested that, so I will give whatever you just suggested a check. Plays an old Billy the Kid that survived, huh? Well, see, I was starting to maybe watch a movie about Billy the Kid here recently, actually today, but I just didn't get into it. I ended up watching Tombstone again because I just fucking love that movie. I probably watched it about 5 times now since I've seen it the first time. But look, y'all, here in about 5 minutes, I'm going to head out. 9 o'clock, we're going to end. But, you know, I've made my points pretty clear. I'm not going to go on and on and on about them. Rumored that Doc Holliday killed about 9 men. It's only been confirmed, though, that it's about 3. There's only 3 confirmed out of those 9, so take that with what you will. And in the movie, it, you know, makes it out to look like that Curly Bill shoots that marshal when he's trying to disarm him. But in real life, I found out that the marshal stated that it was an accident, and the guy was high on fucking opium after all. And those were revolvers, which did not have all the modern day safeties that semi-autos have today. And it was also demonstrated that his particular revolver would fire from half cock, which there wasn't supposed to be able to do. So, I mean, that's in the court shit. So that's why he wasn't. But in the movie, it makes it sound like because nobody technically saw him do it. But the marshal literally said before he died, like 2 days later, he gave a statement that it was an accident. I mean, so you got the man before he died saying it was an accident. I don't think he would say that knowing he was probably not going to die or didn't know if he was going to live or not. You know, what's he got to lose by having to lie? You know, I rest my case. Oh, me. Curly Bill. Oh, that fucking cup scene too, man. That's a good scene too. After Ringo does his little gun tricks, Doc pulls out that cup, fucking flipping it around. If it wasn't for Kurt Russell, man, that movie, you know, I heard that Kurt Russell really put in a lot of his own money to keep that movie afloat. And there's a little drama to go along with it too, you know, because what's his name, Kevin Costner, who I really do like as an actor as well. He was doing his own film about Wyatt Earp around the same time. And so there was a little competition between them, a little hostility, if you catch my drift. And to be honest, I couldn't even. I tried to start the Wyatt Earp, the Kevin Costner version, but I couldn't get through it. It doesn't mean that I might not eventually, but from my understanding, from what I gathered first watching the little bit that I did and what I've read, my opinion seems to be like some of the other people's, that it's a more slow paced and not as it's even more not historically accurate as the other one. So yeah. And some other parts, like it doesn't really show certain sides to some of the characters like they actually were, which is one thing that the actor of Curly Bill pointed out and praised, was that, a lot of movies are kind of like one dimensional nowadays. You have the villain who has no redemption properties at all, and you just have his story as the villain, or the lawman and just his story as the lawman, but you don't have, like, what was their human side like? What was their personal side like? What was their faults? You know, you don't have stuff like that in a lot of. I mean, that's a word for word what Powers said during the making of it. I put it to you like that. Yeah, you don't need to worry about what I've done in my real life for today, the holiday, or any day. To be honest, that's something I'm more and more not posting either. But I tell you what, I think I just might post the walk I took today, since people seem to think that I'm gonna be scared because somebody thinks they can map out the route. I tell you what, if you can map out this particular route, I will give you, I don't know, $20. How about that? I'll give you 20 free dollars to the Cash App of your choice if you can make out my route from the next post and picture I upload of my walk with my dog. All right? And it goes to anybody that can make it out. Oh no, you can be nice. I'm not saying not to be nice. Don't mince my words now. I'm just saying that number one, I think this is the first time I've ever seen your account particularly. Uh, Number two, yeah, no offense, but like I said, it's none of your business. But I will tell you that I had a good day and I got some shit done and went walking with my dog, spent time with my grandfather, and did some other stuff too. That's about as far as I want to go into it, though. When I get my next car, none of y'all will know. Unless you happen to discover some unconventional way. Granny, go lay down, blah blah. Go lay down. We'll get going just a second. I'm gonna end right now. Actually, I'm 2 minutes past. Well, look, y'all. I appreciate you coming by for this short little shindig. Been on here for almost an hour. We're gonna wrap it up. Young Guns movie is the best about him. Okay, so let me take a picture of those titles, and we'll check them out. But yeah, I made sure to go ahead and tell Mr. So-called got me dancing and so forth that for the next 7 days I don't give a damn what he or any of them do. We're just gonna demonstrate a power of will, right? Because they say I don't have it and I'm trained, right? So we're gonna demonstrate the exact opposite. All right. So for the next 7 days and perhaps beyond, but at minimum 7 days, just like the ring, 7 days, bitch. I'm not gonna respond, or in their case, react, which is technically the locale way. But I'm not gonna respond either, since they, of course, like I thought, were obviously going to say that a response is the same thing, even though I've illustrated it's not by educational, informational standards. It's not the same thing, but, oh well. Uh, so, fun stuff, fun stuff. Uh, all that this is telling me that I'm learning and gleaning from this is that what I already had figured, I guess I just needed it sunken in more, that no matter what, if I were to consistently post for a month even, and it never include a fucking word one about any of that shit from any of them or what have you, whether it be a response to something that happened several days ago and it's not immediate and it's not irrational or emotional, but it's logical, or not respond at all. I, I, if I didn't respond at all, exactly what what would be the prevailing narrative. Anybody? I'll go ahead and get it out the way. It would be that we've got him so well trained and scared, and that he's not saying a word and pretending to ignore us while we know he's watching and listening. That'd be exactly what they would say in that situation. So do you see how there's no consistency? It's kind of like Bambi, You can't say, well, he broke this rule, that we weren't going to be talking about them. Yet I've shown examples, and even after the fact, since I've been gone from her, of her still talking about them at Goku's, that stupid shadow account, etc. I mean, how do you square that? Honestly, I really want to know how somebody squares that in their head. Because if I done that, if I said that publicly and then did the opposite, I know, at least personally, even if I didn't admit it publicly, I would know to myself. There's no way I'd be able to lie fully to myself and say, yeah, I'm ignoring them, I'm doing a great job, if I'm not. I mean, just keeping it real. No, I'm not looking for logic on YouTube. Z, you're not trying to. You're looking in the wrong direction. All right. What I'm doing is I'm bringing logic to people that are rational logic and don't have a delusional or closed mind, or illogical loyalty to going along with a group of folks because they don't want to be one of those people that doesn't go along with them and shows any resistance or opposition. I'm bringing logic to the situation for anyone that wants to see and understand. And there's going to be people that are in their group that understand exactly what the hell I'm saying, but that doesn't mean that they're gonna they're not gonna in public uh, concede to it. See, milk now, just like right now, and again, notice how I'm responding to this. All right, I see your statement, but correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't your own people and your leader saying that milk and reactions have to have that emotional, what do you call it, attachment or fire behind it? to count as actual milk? I mean, do I really sound emotional? Because I don't believe so, but I, don't, I shouldn't even ask you that. I should ask everybody else. I mean, do you, other people in here, do you think I'm emotional? Because we already know he's going to say yes. I mean, just honestly, I mean, and if you don't want to give your opinion, don't give your opinion. Yeah, emotionally charged reactions. That is literally what milk is. I'm not saying that I've never had those. Again, I've already acknowledged that, yeah, I was affected before and stuff. Yeah, people have hold on me. But look, this dude is literally unblocked in my chat right now. He can freely come and say what he wants. I mean, this is a guy that goes around calling me everything he could think of and make up, you know. That's all I'm saying, guys. I mean, fuck, have some consistency. Shit. I mean, without consistency, I mean, you got nothing. If you don't have consistency, then pretty much got bugger all. I mean, I guess some people, maybe trolls aren't worried about credibility, I guess, because I guess as long as they think, like, oh, well, we've got all these, we've still got a good amount in their mind of loyal folks that'll go along with their narrative. So, who needs consistency, right? Who says that we have to technically, have logic or rationale or actually be telling the truth? I mean, and that's fine. That actually, in the long run, that serves the purposes and things that I used to be concerned about, even though now they're not as much concerned to me, but like the little things that I originally. Hold on a second. The little things that I used to be concerned and worried about that had to do with certain other areas, like, I mean, that lack of consistency, changing of the tune, and all that, I mean, it serves me. So it serves basically that those worries weren't really ever a concern at all. But that's actually putting it more correct. All right, guys. Well, I'm getting off here. So y'all have a great night. Take care. Peace and blessings. Uh, Matter and antimatter together? Not necessarily. But anyways, y'all have a great night. Peace. For those of you that get it, you get it. For those of you that don't wish to accept it and want to keep denying, you don't. Adios. 7 days, the bare minimum, or not, if not more. Nothing at all. Watch and see.